So, we beat the Hornets like it was nothing, and it was such a weird game. No Kuminga, no Clay tonight in Charlotte, and you know, when we last played Charlotte, which was not that long ago in Chase Center, it was one of the worst matches you could ever imagine, being played because it was just one of the most ugliest basketball games ever, honestly. Obviously for this century. But we had Chris Paul starting, and he for the first time looked really old, especially at the start. He did, get more into it as the game went on, but early on he had some turnovers when you were like, what the hell is going on with Chris Paul? But it was also due to the lack of spacing, because obviously without Clay in there, the spacing was once again more mucked up, which makes sense. But the biggest storyline at the end of the day is that Trayce Jackson-Davis started and was once again as good as you would like him to be. 18 points, 8 rebounds, 2 steals, 1 assist, 3 blocks. On 9 of 13 shooting, he's just so great, man. He runs the floor so well. He has such a high motor. He knows, with the 4 years in college, man, the pick and rolls are great. The timing is great. The hands are great. Like, what can he do, right? Yeah, we know he doesn't finish as well with his right hand, but it has so far not bitten him, and he just does so many things well. And it's beautiful that he's getting the playing time he deserves, man. Played 30 minutes tonight, and it was wonderful to see. Andrew Wiggins, 20 points, 8 rebounds, 8 assists, 2 steals, 1 blocks. He continues to play at an absurd level for the last, I don't know how many games now. But, it has been great. And without Kuminga, people keep talking about if he and Kuminga can coexist once again. But I would like to remind you that the game against the Miami Heat was a game where Andrew Wiggins was great and played aggressive, and Kuminga was also great. So I think you need to let that work out in and of itself. Draymond was back, played all right. Steph played 32 minutes back in home for, I guess, that reason, because now you play Steph 32 minutes against the fucking Charlotte Hornets when you couldn't play him 30 minutes against the Minnesota Timberwolves. That's just Steve Kerr at the end of the day for you. Moses Moody with 15 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists in 25 minutes. He continues to impress, and that 3-point shot finally fell for him. So that was wonderful to see for Moody to be rewarded. And he looked really great tonight. Did a lot of the little things also well. Potts off the bench also played really well, I thought. Brought the energy. GP2 continues to play better. So just a lot of good things. Looney also looks rejuvenated, right? In his playing minutes, when he gets the 10 minutes, it feels like the rest, aka being out of the rotation, has helped him get into better shape, be more energized, look healthier, look more spry. So that's all awesome things. And at the end of the day, I guess the only bad thing for this game was that Davis Bertans, we let him shoot like nothing, even though he was the only guy doing literally anything. Nick Richards always plays well against us. And the worst thing about this was Brandon Miller getting injured in it at the end of the day. So hopefully he's all right. And yeah, the Warriors get a huge win. Unfortunately, the Rockets won once again, this time by 1 point in Utah. So we're obviously still running away from the Houston Rockets. But we're now just a game and a half behind the Lakers. So can we catch them? Anytime you think the Warriors can do that, they probably won't. But we play the Spurs next. The Spurs now are on a 3-game win streak as they beat the Knicks yesterday, who, Jalen Brunson was sensational, but Wemby was even more phenomenal. So we'll see how we do against the Spurs in their house. And, the schedule is really tough as we travel all the time, because all our home games are one-offs, essentially. So we always are on the move to end the season, which means we'll all be probably on the move for the rest of the season, really, right? Because it seems more likely that we'll be the 10th seed than the 9th seed. So hosting that playing game would still be trouble, probably, because I'm not sure if we play the last game at home. But I'm pretty sure we actually do play the last game at home against the Pelicans. So if we could be the 9th seed, then we wouldn't have to travel, at least for that game. But that is a lot of traveling for the Warriors. But hey, if Wiggins can keep this up, which is a huge if, obviously, because he simply has not been trustworthy since the finals. in 2022. Well, not since the finals, since the absence of leave, really, because, well, he obviously dealt with some personal issues and it clearly affected him on the court also. And we don't have to delve into that too deeply, but it clearly did affect him, right? And for whatever reason, they started putting the ball in his hands now, and it has all of a sudden just worked out. Question is, uh, the question is, how, how sustainable it is actually, and if he can keep this up for the rest of the season throughout next season. That's all questionable because we just at the end of the day don't know. But it's great to see from Wiggins, and hopefully it continues because that's the Wiggins we all as Dub Nation fell in love with. So let's hope it continues, and I'll go back to watching the NCAA Sweet 16 with the women's tournament. The LSU is playing UCLA right now. Tune in. It's a lot of fun, and I'll catch you all. I'm pretty sure it's on Monday against the Spurs. So, or well, on Sunday, but for me it's Monday morning, obviously. So I'll be here back with a video on Monday for the Spurs game. Until then, be kind to yourself and to others, as always, and I'll catch you all later. I'll catch you all then.